Good morning, YouTube. It is 10 a.m. in the great state of Texas, and this is the last bowl project for the marathon. It is November when you guys are probably watching this project. I finished this back in March during the marathon, so I don't know if I'm home or still at my work thing, but overall, we got a project for you guys this Sunday. So this is one of the This is actually the last bowl project that we did for this marathon. So we did something like 20-ish bowls in 2.5 weeks, which is just outstanding because, man, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work to get done. So today we're just taking some hot pink, taking some red dye, mixing that up in a bowl, doing a little bit more of a shallower project today, so it's not too large. Like I said, for all of the bowls that we've been watching for the past year, all these projects were really, really small, mostly because of a time crunch. So hopefully we're going to come back and do bigger, better stuff in 2023. But calling this one the Barbie Bowl because this pink reminds me of Barbie. Like if you ever had kids or been in a toy store or walked down the toy aisle, that bright Barbie pink color, that's what this looks like, or what it reminded me of. So that's why we're calling it that. Loved how this looks. The glitter, the red, the pink. I am definitely going to do a larger bowl like this in the future because this color looks absolutely fantastic. So 4.5 hours in the pressure pot, got that all done and taken care of, and now we're going to do what we do best, which is put a piece of pine board on it. Don't be stingy with your hot glue. Use all that hot glue and get that secure. Going to put the faceplate on it and going to make sure the edges are taken care of as well because you don't want anything flying off the lathe. Surprisingly, overall for the marathon of projects, I did not have a lot of things fly off the lathe. There were some issues in the overall marathon of building 20 bowls in 2.5 weeks, but overall we got a lot of stuff done, so really happy how everything kind of turned out. So got that out secure, got the faceplate on. Look at that color. I can't say enough good things about this color. Absolutely looks fantastic. Give that thing a spin, make sure that the wheel is engaged. Go ahead, put the tailstock on, and then let's get to turning. You can see already getting really good ribbons off of here, making sure everything is nice and cylindrical. Bad thing about doing it in these, using these Tupperware bowls as the mold, they have these weird side divots. So you end up having to take a lot more material off just to make everything nice and cylindrical. But you can see there we're just getting really good shavings off, getting everything nice, neat, and even. And there's that small little piece that obviously always gives us a little bit of issue on these. So once we got that done, now we're going to take the round carbide tool and we're just going to even everything up. You can tell the actual, cylindricalness of the bowl from just looking at the cool shade. That white portion of it kind of goes away. Small shallow strokes, getting everything nice and even. Then we're going to come back and use the larger carbide tool and get that mortise. We'll get the bottom of the bowl flat so we can put a mortise on it. And my cat is trying to wrestle me as I'm doing the commentary for this. So if you hear anything crazy in the background, that is Stanley being insane. He's my orange tabby, by the way. And he wants to play. I wish you guys could see this. He's literally attacking my arm as I'm doing this commentary. I'm like, easy guy. It's 3 in the morning. We have time to play. So this part, just like all the other bowls, get everything nice and flat. Cat's biting the hell out of my arm. Anyway, getting everything nice and flat, and then we'll start turning the mortise down here in just a little bit. So once we got that portion taken care of, push the banjo all the way up as far as we can, and now we're using the round, square, and parting tool to actually make the mortise itself. I don't remember a whole lot of issues. I think I was just tired when I made this bowl, so we might have had a little bit of a problem, I think, with the mortise on this one. I can't remember. This is actually the first time I'm watching the edit of the video, so you and me are learning both. Okay, so getting everything sized up. Guess that didn't fit. Gotta make the mortise a little bit bigger. Come back. And okay, at this point, I think everything is good to go. So, get that off the lathe. Now we're just going to come back, take the faceplate off, and reverse it on the chuck. Boop. It looks nice and neat. And, okay, so this was the video where I did have an issue. So, you saw me there fit the chuck jaws for the mortise. I guess what ended up happening was I thought it was secure in there, but when I actually flipped it onto the chuck itself, it was uneven. So I had to come back and attempt to make everything cylindrical and do the mortise again. So we had to come, so I've said this several times in other projects. Once you take something off center, and even though you come really close to putting everything exactly the same way it was, there's always that little bit that is not exactly set up the same way. So that's why we had to come back, take the round carbide tool, and you can see the wobble on there, so you can see how uneven everything is, which super sucks because you think that you have it exactly set up the same way. I put the screws in the exact same place, but it's just that little bit of error that causes there to be problems. So had to come back, make the mortise a little, I mean literally millimeters, but like I said, you had to make sure everything fit nice and snug. So here we are taking that piece of pine board off. Usually I just take this down with the carbide tool, but on this one I just decided to save some time since I had already messed up and pop this off. And I think I ended up popping the blank off on this one as well. I guess, no, maybe not. Okay, cool. So got that off. That was a lot easier. Trying to chip away at some of these pieces, and I think I said just screw it. I'll take the round carbide tool and just take everything off. So getting that spun down. Now we're just going to go ahead and take the round carbide tool, hoping that everything is nice and cylindrical. And now we're just taking that superficial layer off so we can actually start the gouging portion of this. Great thing about this is that I love the hot glue. The hot glue and the way it reacts with the chisels always gives you like some weird like sticky shaving. So really like how that turns out. And then we're just cleaning up the side of the bowl, doing a little bit of cleanup there. So once we got that all set up, now we're just, you know, doing the actual gouging portion of it. And the great thing about a lot of these projects, since they were all mostly epoxy, real good clean shavings. This part went really easy for all of them. I can't think of a project that I had that was really giving me any kind of real difficulty. A majority of these were just nice clean cuts, getting everything nice and molded down or shaven down. And you can see the ribbons there, absolutely beautiful. Very nice clean technique. And then you just go in there with the round carbide tool and just clean everything up nice and even right there, just like we're doing. Not a whole lot of issues. Even though I think by the time I was doing this, I was already tired. This was like third project I had done this day, and I was just kind of like, I love wood turning, but sometimes you just need to take a break from it. But overall, really happy how this one turned out. You can see all the shavings just from this one small little project. It looks a little purplish in there. Really love how this looks. And then all the shavings from the marathon and just the crazy cleanup that's going to have to go into that. So got everything, you know, cleaned up on the workbench, and now we're going to start my favorite part, which is sanding. So going all the way up from 340 all the way up to 1500, and then we're going to come back and hit it with a micro mesh, get everything nice and clean. I think the sanding was probably the most annoying part of like this whole marathon. Was just like, oh my god, if I have to sand one more damn thing, it's just going to drive me nuts. But look at this, just looks absolutely stunning. Love how this looks. And then we're going to hit it with the wood wax here in just a little bit, and it's going to look absolutely fantastic. Barbie bowl looks absolutely good, absolutely great. Gonna come back, do this one larger, hopefully in 2023. Make everything nice and even, everything nice and just waxed out. And I'm out of wood wax, so I gotta go buy some more stuff at the Lowe's. So get that all polished up, give the wheel a spin. Absolutely love how this project turned out. So hope you guys liked the marathon. Like I said, this is videos all the way from March all the way up to the second week in 2023. Loved how these things turned out. Keep growing the channel. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's having a good holiday. You guys are watching this post-Thanksgiving. So, any hoots, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, all that stuff. Leave a comment. It's, you know, it's fun making these projects and these videos. And look how this turned out. Could have spent a little bit more time with the sanding, but you can see a little bit of the sparkle in there, but it looks absolutely great. So hope you guys liked it, and I'll check you guys out in the next video. Alright, peace.
It is definitely time to stop wood turning right now. So this is the last epoxy bowl for the marathon. There is one more epoxy project, but it is a it's a paperweight that I'm going to do. In the meantime of setting all this up, I have literally dropped the camera, almost dropped the bowl, so I apologize for the lack of polish that you can see in there, but I really love this color. I think I'm going to call this the Barbie bowl because it kind of reminds me of like that Barbie pink color for some reason, It looks really cool. Like it. It's small. Obviously, we had issues with it, and it's late. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning trying to get these projects done. And I'm probably going to do another wood bowl after this one. So, sorry about the polish on it you saw at the end. If you make it this far, I really appreciate it. Nobody ever does. But overall, hope you liked it. It's late. I need to go to sleep. But we gotta get this done. So, don't forget to subscribe. All that good stuff. I'll see you in the next one. All right. Peace.